Awesome. And then I'm going to share my screen with y'all and get us into the slideshow, and we will be ready to go. There we go. Okay. So welcome to tonight's Galentines Night In. And the idea behind tonight's webinar is that we would be the heroines of our own stories. And so, I come from the perspective that over and above everything else, Jesus is the hero. However, he works through each one of us, and he's writing a story through each one of our lives. And so as we go through tonight's webinar, we're going to talk about ways that we can be that heroine in a number of different manners. So tonight we're going to chat about daily mindsets, pampering, food recipes, and a bit about sex, because it is Galentine's, right? So we have our Valentine's coming up, and we want to be prepared for all things Galentine's and Valentine's.
Love it.
So we are going to incorporate some different quotes tonight as well. So let's just take a minute and check this out. I'm going to read this as if I'm reading it to myself and to each one of us. Dear me, date yourself. Wake up early to watch the sunrise. Treat yourself with your favorite food without being guilty. Go for a walk in nature. Take on a home improvement project. Do all the embarrassing things you like to do when no one is around. Pamper yourself to a wonderful spa experience. Travel to a new place to unwind and create new memories. Fall in love with yourself. Love me. You are so worthy of love. And so let's look at some great ways tonight that we can love on ourselves. First of all, it's all about getting our mindset set for the day. And the way that we start each day is super important. And we each have different ways that we start our days. And, I used to be a hardcore coffee drinker, and I would have my coffee every single morning. I now enjoy my chai tea latte, but it's also a great way to start your day when you grab your Zing, your Ningxia Zing, because you've got natural caffeine in that. It is infused with essential oils as well. So it does a body good, right? To coin a phrase that we know. So try, even at a time, swapping out your favorite caffeinated drink with a Zing. Diffuse your favorite oils on the go. So this is our Young Living vent diffuser. Our car vent diffuser fits right onto your vent. You can put the oils right into the little felt pad, but there are car diffusers, all that kind of thing. But figure out a way to do passively diffusing wherever you might go. I think it was last month, correct me if I'm wrong, y'all. I believe last month you could get a Young Living passive diffuser for free as part of your monthly order. And that was great because it fits beautifully in your cup holder in your car. And it's a great way to have that passive diffusing happening all around you. Grab a few minutes of Zen with Headspace, or listen to your favorite worship song, or grow with a great podcast. That's something that I love doing. I enjoy starting my day with some Bible reading and some prayer. So I would love to know. Please feel free to unmute yourself. Do you have any recommendations for great ways to start your day? I've seen a couple of things getting put in the chat, but I didn't get to read them.
So I am a Ningxia Zing addict. I never used to be. When I first tasted it, I was like, this isn't for me. But then I started playing around with it. And my absolute favorite morning drink is Ningxia Zing with a shot of Ningxia Red. And extra tired, I'll put a nitro also in there. And it is so delicious when you drink it that way. Absolutely love it.
So if you don't know what Ningxia Nitro is, it's a little tube that is Ningxia Red with a boost of energy in it. There's lots of good stuff that's all natural that gives you that extra boost of energy. Anyone else have any great recommendations for ways to start your day, keeping your head in a good place throughout your day?
Well,
All right.
since COVID hit, oh, I don't know where I'm at.
You're good. We hear you, Julie.
Okay. Since COVID hit, I have made it a point to have coffee. Well, Trip drinks coffee, I drink tea, and we sit for 30 minutes and we have made it a point to talk about the day. And I have to tell you, we haven't done that in 32 years of marriage. But since he just has to walk upstairs to commute now, and it used to be an hour. So now he can take 30 minutes of his commute and we just talk about stuff. It has been a game changer.
That's so awesome. I love that, Julie. Silver
Yeah.
lining.
Silver linings.
Yeah. I have now in the last probably month or a little bit more been using abundance, and abundance oil is honestly not an oil that I appreciated in the beginning. I couldn't stand it because it has patchouli in it, and patchouli is not my thing because of having smelled fake patchouli on a friend very strongly for a long time. So I was totally turned off to it. But sometime right around beginning to mid of December, something shifted for me. And suddenly I fell in love with the oil abundance. And I have been, I know, shocking, right? So I have been putting it in my hands and, activating it, rubbing my hands around and cupping my hands over my nose and mouth and just breathing that deeply in, putting it over my heart and on my wrists. And I'm saying really great affirmations that are truths that God has for me. And it's setting my day with an abundance mindset, which is really been so helpful. And then it sets the day in a different direction, right? So we can use our oils for all those kinds of purposes. Speaking of, let's look at a couple of different graphics here for ideas that we can incorporate self-care into our daily lives and use oils along with that. So things like taking a step back and asking for help, or putting yourself first, setting boundaries, staying at home. We know a lot about that, right? Or using nature sounds like rain or storms on sunny days if we just need some white noise kind of calming. I love the sound of water. That's always really calming and filled with tranquility for me. My daughter-in-law, she has, oh gosh, I just lost the name of it, but she has a thing where she has a sensory response to sounds, particularly when people are eating or if they hit their teeth with their fork or things like that. So she's one who will wear the noise canceling headphones. But check this out, scents that you enjoy. So what oils speak to your soul? Like I was just talking about abundance, but what oils speak to your soul? And things like prayer or just spending that time meditating, that weighted or soft blankets, those kinds of things. My daughter, it's over on the chair over here. My daughter gave me a fluffy blanket for Christmas. I was like, oh, that's nice. Thanks. That's great. And I have loved this blanket. I had no idea how much I would love this blanket, but she knew me better than I did. So what would be something on here that is one thing that you can do to take better care of yourself that would speak to your spirit and soul? What do you think?
Should make you dig deep.
What was that?
That question makes you dig deep.
Uh-oh. Mine is simple because mine is, hey, I take baths. I love taking baths, and I use my Epsom salts infused with lots of essential oils, and that's my time, and I'm not going to feel guilty about that. It's a good thing.
Yeah, I do that. I do love my baths with my Epsom salts and my oils. Absolutely love. I was thinking, I guess, more on a deeper level of what I could do for myself and for my brain. But it's okay. You got me thinking.
Anybody else?
I try to take
I-
a few minutes every day to look at our view. We have a great view from our porch, but it looks different every season and every day, depending on the lake levels or the greenery, the clouds, the sun. So I find it very grounding when I take all of that in. And today I was standing talking to my husband in his office, and there were some beautiful blue jays outside. And then later on, when I was in a different part of the neighborhood walking, I found one of the long tail feathers, which was just a really cool moment to connect both of those. And so it was really special that, I could have that time during the day to walk and find that. So I actually brought the feather home with me as a little reminder.
I love that. That's so awesome, Marcia. And you really do have a stunning view. And Sabrina and I have a friend, Katie, who does a lot of research and is a big believer in grounding. So Katie would be out there in her bare feet, standing in the grass. I know it's a little chilly right now, but she'd probably still do it anyway. And getting the benefits from that grounding as well. That's a great way to do self-care. Anyone else want to add anything before we move on?
Taking a few minutes to do yoga nidra. Mom and I and my sister are huge fans of yoga nidra. So I'm looking for
Awesome.
a Christian yoga nidra, but right now I use Sarah, my friend Sarah, and it is amazing how quickly that healed my nervous system. So
Wow.
I always want to just throw that in there that I don't do it enough.
That's awesome. That's awesome though that you do. I've been stretching in the mornings and starting to get in some exercise myself as well. And our friend Vicky told us almost a year ago, she did a class about using oils in yoga for us. And I learned from her the benefits of putting your feet up against the wall and how good that is. So Brian walked in on me the other morning and there I am, butt up against the wall, feet straight on up, sticking up. And he just kind of looks at me. He's like, it's really good for your circulation and so many other things. And he ends up on the other side of my dresser where there's another part of bare wall. And he's, on the floor with his legs up next to me. So it was pretty funny. We're just kind of looking at each other around the dresser laughing. So, okay. So those are some great ideas that we can practice self-care in really simple ways. Incorporating oils into those normal everyday things makes it go to the next level. And these are just a few of our oily favorites. And if you know me at all with my oils, you know how much I adore Stress Away and Valor. Stress Away is my liquid gold and Valor is my I can't live without it oil. So they are their names. They are wonderful, and both of them do come in the premium starter kit, which is so good. And that's how I first experienced Valor on its own, and then I got the premium starter kit and had Valor and Stress Away. Sacred Mountain is one that you may or may not know about, but it's a great addition to your oily stash. And I just wanted to read a little bit. This is out of the EO Bar app that I have on my phone about Sacred Mountain. It says, it's a blend of ylang-ylang and conifer oils that evokes the sense of sanctity found in nature and promotes feelings of strength, empowerment, grounding, and protection when diffused. So when Marcia's talking about going out for her walk and getting the benefits from nature, yeah, Sacred Mountain is along those same lines. And so it's a combination of Northern Lights black spruce, ylang-ylang, Idaho balsam fir, and cedar wood. So lots of good tree oils in there, and it's just a great calming, grounding oil. So highly recommend. Great to include into any prayer or meditation as well. So I promised you that we were going to include some great quotes tonight from some famous women. And here's Coco Chanel saying, a girl should be two things, classy and fabulous. I love that quote. And it doesn't make you just want to throw your hair back. Absolutely. So I wanted to recommend, kind of spur of the moment, I thought about this. This is a great book that you likely haven't seen or heard of, but it's Dreaming of Dior. And it's by Charlotte Smith. And every dress tells a story. And so as you go throughout here, it gives all of these classic drawings of Dior dresses. and it gives the story behind each one. And it's fascinating. And even if you just grab a couple here and there, it's just a really wonderful break. So classy and fabulous, this is a wonderful thing to incorporate on in. And then have your diffuser going in the background with your favorite oils. Awesome combination. So lots of people love to pamper spirit and soul with DIYs. So I wanted to equip you tonight with several favorite recipes that do go along the lines of Galentines and Valentines. Maybe you're just doing this for yourself, or maybe it is a recipe that you are going to use with your spouse. You never know. But there's a bath soak, a bubble bath, and bath salts. Can you tell that I love baths? It's my thing. So let me give you 3 different options. The cool thing, we've shared bath salts before, but we haven't shared bubble bath. And that bath soak is really neat because you can use that with baking soda or powdered milk. And if you don't have an issue with dairy allergies on your skin or anything like that, the powdered milk is a really great option. So a little unique. There are great recipes here for body butter and body whip. Anybody else dealing with dry skin in these winter months? Hello? Oh my word, give me all the body butter and the body whip because I need it all. There are some absolutely stunning molds out there for creating your own soaps, and you can incorporate in, I didn't put it on here, but you can always incorporate in the little lavender blossoms and things like that. You can get that at places like Amazon or Hobby Lobby or Michael's, but the lavender blossoms, you can actually, I saw them just the other day, you can get them at Sprouts, believe it or not. So it's in their kind of loose teas and spices area. It's in one of their jars, so you can always get it there. And then there's a great recipe for a refreshing linen spray for your sheets. And that can be wonderful, whether it's just for yourself or in preparation for an evening of romance. Now, if you are not a DIY girl, which I used to do tons of DIYs, I don't do as many DIYs now for these kinds of things, although they are fantastic. So sometimes it's just easier to hit the easy button. And Young Living has a lot of great things out there that we can do instead. So there's the bath and shower gel. And I don't know if y'all know, but there's a shower gel base that you can get and put in your own oils. So you can create whatever fragrance you want to using that bath and shower gel base. And I actually use the Morning Start bath and shower gel. Love it. I absolutely love it. You can cut it in half and use it, which I have done. I happen to prefer using it full strength, and it doesn't take much, but I love the sudsiness of it as it is. There are bath bombs and bar soaps, and oh my word, who loves the coconut lime body butter? Who's tried it and loves it? Okay, so Christy and I have, I can't see anybody else on here. Anybody, Marcia or Cindy, have you guys tried the coconut lime body butter? I'm getting more. I'm out right now. I'm getting more. It is luxurious. I love this stuff. And I love that Young Living is a wellness company. It's not just oils. We are so much more than just that. And the coconut lime body butter, I will highly recommend. If you don't want to make your own linen spray, there's a seedlings linen spray that's very calming. Okay, it uses the seedlings calm essential oil in it. Great for unwinding at bedtime. And then the hand and body lotion. Oh, I brought it upstairs. I literally had it on my desk with me today. Genesis is phenomenal. I love the Genesis ones. Sensation is lovely too. So is the lavender. They're all fantastic. But if I'm choosing one, I will opt for Genesis every time. Love it though. And nice and thick, and it will stay on without being greasy. So, all right, I'm seeing comments coming on, so we will chat with those at the end, or feel free to jump in and ask, or if y'all can answer any questions, that would be great. I love this quote. because it resonates deeply with my spirit and soul. Well-behaved women rarely make history. So it is not a bad thing to not be well-behaved, because we can do it in such a way that is good. I'll just put it like that, and make history. And I like that. So sometimes people have attributed this to Eleanor Roosevelt, but this quote has been attributed to at least 4 different women. So we'll say that the person who said it is unknown. But Eleanor Roosevelt was someone who was a groundbreaker in her time, and she was a heroine of her own story. And she really made her mark in our nation and created a tremendous legacy. So, we all have differences of opinion or things like that, but she was someone who worked alongside of her husband and did a lot of good in the world around us. So not everybody agreed with her, but she did make history in a lot of great ways. So now is when I turn it over to my friend Christy, because she's taking over on this fun food part, and maybe we might not be so well behaved with some of these recipes.
I was just about to say, I guess I'm the one that gets to start off the naughty bits. Because the first thing we're going to talk about is chocolate. And is there anybody in here who doesn't love chocolate? Do I have any weirdos in here? No, good. So I love chocolate. And we all know that we associate Valentine's Day with chocolate. We associate a lot of happy things with chocolate. And did you know that it's because it's a chemical thing? I am not even going to attempt to tell you what the names of these chemicals are, because I know that I will just butcher the names. But they are known as the food of the gods because the chemicals in them mimic that of caffeine, which stimulates the brain of people who are falling in love. And it also stimulates serotonin, which is part of what causes sexual arousal. So there's all kinds of great things that chocolate can do to help spice up your life. So that being said, cinnamon and chocolate pair really well together. So I encourage you to play with your vitality oils. Make that homemade dark chocolate cinnamon syrup that you're seeing there. It's such a simple recipe, and you can use it in all kinds of creative ways in the bedroom. I'm just saying, get some paint brushes. Don't be afraid to get dirty.
Wait, am I not muted? I'm not muted. Sorry, Christy.
Hey, natural reactions are the best for me. No, I love that. I mean, I started reading these and I was like, that could be really fun. Like, why not? Just get out of your head. We as women, a lot of times stay in our head. And if we can do something fun that's going to make us laugh, it's going to make us more relaxed and it's going to make us have fun. So that was my whole goal in these little recipes that I'm giving you. So next up is, we all know, we talk about Ningxia all the time. We've talked about Ningxia Red tonight. We've talked about Nitro already. We've talked about the Zing. Well, you can get the actual wolf berries and you can incorporate those into a fun little treat. This is just a simple little bark chocolate. We've all made them for Christmas and things like that. It's full of antioxidants. These are known as happy berries. They're just delicious. And these would be a great little gift to give your Galentines, a great little surprise for your significant other, however you wanted to use it. And it would also have a little healthy hint to it. And after that, this was my favorite. Who doesn't love mac and cheese? Because let's face it, there's some single girls out there that are going to be eating their feelings on Valentine's Day. And what a better way than macaroni and cheese. There's no science behind this one. It was simply a fantastic recipe that I had to share with you guys. But you can add oils into it. A lot of you like to put the crust on top so it gets that crunchy like breadcrumb. Add some rosemary essential oil into it, or whatever your favorite is. Rosemary would be my choice, but you could always find a way to incorporate your oils into your recipes. So that recipe is a long one, but it's well worth it. And then we're going to talk about drinks for a minute. I'm going to tell you a little story. Not a couple years ago, I went to a winery with a friend, and we took our oils with us. And we did a little experiment where we would sniff an oil that was supposed to be a note that was in the wine. Just sniffing it made a huge flavor difference in the wine. So this could be a fun little game that you could play with your girlfriends if you're having them over, or what, anytime. But are any of you wine drinkers in here, and do any of you drink Cabernet specifically? Yes. So the next time you have a glass of Cabernet, take a sip of your Cabernet, then take a sniff of your lavender, and then take another sip of your Cabernet. It will completely change the taste. The normal, like, kind of bitter bite that it has will be completely gone. It's incredible. It's incredible. So anyway, this is just a fun way that you could incorporate your oils into some drinks that you might be having, and play a little game and have some fun. Again, it's all about getting out of your head and relaxing and enjoying the day. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
So I love that Christy provided us with a couple of great links here that y'all can check out for additional romantic recipes, or, you know, just recipes to enjoy any day of the year, right? So
Yeah.
y'all are going to get this as a presentation, as a handout. There's my word. As a handout, you'll get it as a PDF. So you'll be able to have these links and access those for yourself. So that's pretty exciting. So thank you, Christy, for sharing all of that great information about some fun recipes to try for Galentines, Valentine's Day.
Absolutely welcome.
So we couldn't go into the next part of our discussion without having a little bit of Marilyn Monroe thrown in, because, you know, you kind of have the two go together in mind, right? I love some of her quotes. Trying to be someone else is a waste of the person you are. Amen, sister. Come on. I love that. We need to embrace who we are in all of our curves and all of our imperfections. We are beautiful. And in trying to be someone else, we're depriving the world of us. So it's a great quote. We are all born sexual creatures, thank God, but it's a pity so many people despise and crush this natural gift. I want to pause here because there are a lot of things that have happened in lives of so many that have taken so much from this beautiful gift that we've been given in the form of intimacy. And, you know, I have that history in my background, and I know how powerful healing can be to your spirit and soul. And so I don't want to neglect that or pass over that. And I will say that oils have been a huge help for me in that healing journey. And one that I would highly recommend is Sarah. It is an oil that was specifically designed to just walk alongside of those who have been healing from those wounds of the heart. So definitely a great oil to look into if that's something that you're walking through. And last but not least, keep your heels, head, and standards high. Come on, that's awesome. All right, so let's talk about some ways that oils can be used to make things even more wonderful for you and your partner. There's science behind this. This isn't just, hey, this oil sounds great, let's try this one. There's reasoning behind why the oils work in our bodies to make things even better in the bedroom. And so I'm not going to read through each of these because you guys can do that on your own, but let's just grab a couple of things. Did you know that ginger heats up the libido and supports a healthy sex drive? Didn't realize that. If you are one who kind of is a little more tightly wound as you're heading into the bedroom, cedarwood will help calm fears and anxieties related to sexuality. Oils like, let's say basil may arouse sexual instincts in both men and women. Juniper enhances self-confidence and openness by arousing love and sexuality. So there are reasons why these oils work the way they do. And some of my all-time favorites aren't even on this list, such as orange and Idaho blue spruce, which we'll talk about in a moment. Let's face it, We women have a million things going on in our minds, right? And so it can be really, really hard to leave the day behind and engage in that time with our, and so sometimes we need a little help with setting the mood, getting our minds in the right places, letting go of the things of the day, relaxing. All right. And so these are some of the suggestions by Lucy Libido out of her book. Okay. And she has these combos here. I will tell you that my all-time favorite is Simply Diffusing Idaho Blue Spruce and Orange. And I will share a story in which my husband and I, we decided that we were going to watch a movie one night, and the kids were, in other place in the house. This was a few years back. And we were up in our bedroom, and I didn't quite understand the power of essential oils because I thought, I'm going to just, while we watch this movie, diffuse some Idaho Blue Spruce and Orange. All I will say is that we didn't get through the movie, and I'll leave it there. So I'm a big fan of Idaho Blue Spruce and Orange, and there's some great research that you can do to learn some things that have been discovered through some trials and testing with Idaho Blue Spruce and how that can support a man's libido, but really support a woman's libido. So big fan, big fan. Oh, and note to self, Idaho Blue Spruce is actually an oil that is generally regarded as safe grass for internal consumption, believe it or not. And so while it doesn't come into our vitality line, because it has that designation, if I can use my words, you can take it internally. Pro tip, don't take a capsule with 3 or 4 drops of Idaho Blue Spruce in it as you send your husband off to work in the morning, because you will call him home. Just throwing that out there. Okay, moving right along. For my DIY loving friends, we have some great recipes here for you as well. There is a Light My Libido roller blend. Ladies, I would use this just like you would perfume. So on your pulse points, great places to use that. Wouldn't be bad to use that on your inner thighs as well. It's also great to use orange on your inner thighs. Orange helps to support your circulatory system. Need I say more? I'll leave that one right there. You can connect the dots. Great circulation, inner thighs. Awesome stuff. Love Potion, number 9, massage oil. Sometimes a great way to connect beforehand is to give one another a massage. And this takes that to the next level by using oils that, if you look back at that It's Science graphic, you'll see why these are supportive of a great evening in the bedroom. I'll just say it that way. Ylang ylang, clary sage, and bergamot, as well as Royal Hawaiian sandalwood. Now, I would personally switch out the sweet almond oil or fractionated coconut oil with Young Living's Sensation massage oil. And even if you just use Young Living Sensation massage oil, as Christy is nodding her head, that's all you need. Young Living Sensation massage oil is awesome, awesome stuff. Which, as we talk about this final recipe over here, Fire and Ice Personal Lubricant, instead of using the fractionated coconut oil, use the Sensation massage oil. It's worth it. But even if you don't have that on hand, you're still putting Sensation into this recipe, as well as black pepper and peppermint. Now, don't go, oh my gosh, I'm not going to do that. Yes, it is Fire and Ice, but it is the nice kind. And I am 51, nearly 52. I am past menopause, whatever that is. I'm not having my cycle anymore. So to have a little bit of a personal assistant in the form of a personal lubricant is a wonderful thing. And I will say it is amazing for both men and women. The big caveat on here is do not use this in conjunction with condoms because it is not okay with the latex that is used. It will fail on you. The condoms will. So that is your note of caution on that. So as we wrap things up tonight, no matter how you choose to light up your night, make it amazing because you, my friend, are worth loving. And I just want to say, here's to strong women. May we know them, may we be them, may we raise them. And we are so thankful for you being part of our tribe. And so as we get ready for Galentines and Valentines right around the corner, we just want to say we love you and we appreciate you and we think you're amazing. So with that, I'm going to turn off the recording and we are going to go ahead and grab any questions and stop sharing so I can stop the recording.